Hi guys, this is Tiny Dragon Tarot, aka Oshi, and this is gonna be our weekly mental health well-being related reading, Feel Good Friday. I already shuffled the cards, so if you haven't seen any of these before, my aim with these readings is to consciously pick a topic, or with the help of the cards, to pick something that we can do to feel better, to work on our mental health and just well-being in general, because I think the tarot and oracle cards are very good too for that. So hopefully, more and more people are gonna start using the tarot in this regard as well. So yeah, let's see. So our main focus for the week is focus. I mean, that's interesting. And kind of perfect. We need to focus on our well-being and mental health, because if you look at this, I'm gonna say leopard or jaguar. I never know what the pattern means. I didn't learn that, but there's snow, and this animal is walking in the snow, and there's a lot of clouds and everything, and mountains. And I don't know if that was the intention, but mountains usually represent difficulties or obstacles, not something that you can't deal with, but they are big enough that you need to find a way to go around them. Usually the obstacle is gonna stay there. All you can do is you change your way of looking at it. So whatever is causing you problems this week, or frustration, the immediate advice that's coming through is you need to change how you approach this problem, because your usual ways are not necessarily going to work. And unfortunately, what's going on in the world right now is a perfect example, because we can't change what is outside of us. We can only change how we react to news, how we react to a certain situation. So with focus, I would say, don't try not to panic, which is, sometimes it's very hard. I understand that. But the advice is to focus on a part of the problem, or a part of how you feel, that you can actually work with or work on. Because if you feel, if you just feel sad and you don't know why, you can start working through theories in your head, and try to figure out which one is resonating, which one could be a problem. And as soon as you find something that maybe not the exact reason, but for some reason grabs your attention and rings true, focus on that until you find a way to resolve that, and then move on. So another thing with this one is, don't try to do a lot of things all at once, because that will just leave you scattered, and it will leave you feel rushed and that you didn't do anything, when in fact, in reality, you already did a lot of things. But because you're only concentrating on concentrating on doing a lot of things all at once, you feel like you haven't done anything. So if you don't multitask. That's pretty much the short advice. Set a priority list and go through that. And I have three tarot cards. We have the moon, which is what I said in the beginning is just matches that, because the moon is about fears, is about the unknown, and usually we are afraid of what we don't know, and that can stop us from moving forward in the road where we could actually reach happiness and fulfillment and positive experiences. But if we let our fears keep us in place, we're never gonna get around that mountain, which is obviously not a good thing. The second one is the Six of Cups, and this card usually talks about nostalgia and childhood and things like that, living or paying attention too much to the past, being in the past a bit too much. But in this case, I would think that, yeah, two things. Don't, think about all the things that already been done and, you dealt with, because those are in the past. And, right now you need to focus, and think about the things you need to deal with this week, currently, how you feel, how your body is feeling, and things like that. But at the same time, because, this animal is walking that way as well, I get a feeling that you need to build on previous knowledge, and not just yours, but if you have, older family members who maybe went through something similar that you're dealing with right now, reach out for advice, because we can learn from each other. Whatever they're saying, the advice they might give is not necessarily gonna be exactly what you need, but you can, tweak it to your current own situation and use it, and that's not a bad thing. And, if you don't have family members that, or friends that you can reach out, I also think that this could refer to looking up books on that subject. And I'm intentionally staying abroad because, or vague about this, because with well-being and mental health, it can cover a lot of things, from our physical experience to our spiritual. There's a lot. But the advice is, use the knowledge that was gathered and acquired before you, because we're not here to reinvent the wheel. We're here to use knowledge that we can actually use, because time tested it and proven true. And I love that. And the last one is the sun. So yeah, better days are coming, even if you don't feel like it, because you're still in the moon, which is interesting that they are coming one and after the other in the deck, and now in the reading as well. We're gonna find that clarity that will help us getting around this mountain much more, not faster. I don't feel like this is necessarily is going to be a faster experience, but it's gonna be something that will stay, and that won't come back around. If you deal with it, in the proper way, you can solve it for good this time, which I think is an excellent and brilliant idea. But you need to put in the work. You need to focus and find identify the areas that you can actually deal with. Use the knowledge that other people required and acquired before you. Don't give in to fear, because fear just lies. How is the acronym? Fear is false experience. No, it's not. There was some false information about. I never know. I never remember, but I know that it makes a lot of sense. But I'm sure some of you know. But because that's just false information. You shouldn't use that, and use the knowledge instead. That either was if you, for example, journal. Some of you might journal. Look back into those journals and identify when you went through something similar, and see what you have done, and just check which can be used again, and what is it that needs to be improving. And then you can, if you do that, you're gonna get that clarity. You're gonna get that more harmonious stage, and a more relaxed, happier period of time. And obviously this is going to be different for each of us, or for each of you, because this is just a general reading. But hopefully this is helpful, and hopefully you guys are doing something for your well-being as well. It doesn't need to be related to this reading, but I'm really, really wishing you an amazing weekend, and then a better next week than we had before. See you in the next one. Bye.